Well, I think the beauty of playing international cricket, to become a top player, very much is about adapting around the world. So, playing in England or Australia and then coming to India or Sri Lanka, you have to adapt. And the best players in the world manage to do that. So to come back to India again, to come and play, like I said, in front of some amazing crowds, where cricket is seen as as so big really, and yeah, it's just great to be back here. Obviously there'll be some different conditions we have to adapt. We talk about that as a team all the time, whether it's going to be a flat wicket or it might take some spin. So I think again as a team we've talked about adapting, but as a player, when you talk about international cricket, that's the skill and why we see that the best players in the world like Virat Kohli can adapt to conditions around the world. Yeah, it's a very difficult one because I'm going to upset some people if I don't get the right answer, I'm sure. But look, there's many players who play a great cover drive. I mean, it's very hard to look past Virat Kohli, that is for sure. I think not just his cover drive, but the way he plays, his desire for batting, his desire actually in competition, and how he goes about his cricket. There's no doubt watching him from afar, the drive he has on his physical fitness, his fielding, not just his batting. He's a real driver for that India side, and someone that I think a lot of players around the world and ex-players admire, one hell of a lot. So, I think when he plays his cover drive, whatever format of the game, it's a good one to watch. And I certainly, my kids who love cricket, I certainly get them watching as much cricket from Virat Kohli as possible. I think if I look in just where he is right now, I think he's in a real amazing bit of form at the moment. He's played incredibly well in the last 12 months. So I don't think, even if I was to think for Joe, I don't think he's overthinking too much, what's ahead. He's just sort of living in the moment as we are. But he's playing amazing cricket. To think that he even get close to someone like Sachin, a real great of the game, someone that I think we've all admired growing up, as a hero to not just people and fans in India, but all around the world. To think that Joe could get close is an amazing achievement on his behalf, and he'll go down as England's greatest batsman. There's no doubt whether he does get to Sachin or not. But the thought that he could get close to someone that great is an amazing achievement for Joe. We mentioned about Virat, not just his batting, but the way he goes about his game, his fitness levels, his fielding. Jimmy, you could put in the same bracket. The level of conditioning and his physical attributes to play, as long as he has done as a bowler, is quite incredible. So yeah, he will be missed. I'm sure he'll be around giving advice to young bowlers, I'm sure, in the future for England. But there are some talent there. But hopefully people don't get too hard on them too much, trying to be Jimmy and Brody.